Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our paths in our ways that are lawful, correct, and positive. We do give thanks and praise. I literally come across this information where we have Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. It's a justice urges attorney judges to speak up for the CCJ, and it's Chief Justice Bryan Sykes has questioned why a nation that has produced such strong figures of resistance and self-determination as Jamaica has still cling to the colonial legacy of the United Kingdom-based Privy Council. Addressing the Norman Manley Law School class of 1984 during a dinner at the S Hotel in Montego Bay, St. James on Saturday night, Sykes critically examined the country's path towards decolonization, juxtaposing or contrasting the accomplishments with the country's national heroes with the current political leadership's reluctance to fully embrace Caribbean sovereignty. Now, I say all of this are hypocrisy. Yeah, man, I said them thing are hypocrisy. Why? I say, what is Judge Sykes talking about? Path towards decolonization, meaning we are at present a colonized people until we choose to remove such colonizing yoke from ourselves. These attorneys are the culprits working on behalf of the colonial British Crown to maintain the colonization through their deceptive words and manipulative languages such as legalese. So again, true, we have freedom of expression. We don't have a problem and express ourselves. And true, by my assumption, I say most people are asleep, meaning them colonized, meaning them not really, you know, on par with the present issues at hand. Now we have this Chief Justice here. Actually, I would say I'm a mockery. I'm a talk about strong figures of resistance and self-determination as Jamaica has. What resistance? What national hero? Are we not enslaved? Are we not colonized? Where is the resistance what we are talking about? 'Cause right now, I'm a naturally, I resist this colonial construct or structure that is in place. This is why I say we stand up on the fundamental rights and freedom which derive from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's how we stand up. And we know contract make law. So when people use the word law loosely, then we don't mind, being specific. We have a justice. These are the people who present themselves as if they are so knowledgeable and they know everything. Yet, in this brethren statement, this man here talk about the Caribbean being sovereign. Listen to what he said. Sykes critically examined the country's path towards decolonization, meaning remove the colonization that is in place now. You understand? So when you not talk about freedom and independence and all of that, yes, it is. But these people have you in their political, you just say federal territory, federal jurisdiction, federal fictional area called the Commonwealth, which is the free and independent Jamaica, is still there. You notice Chief Justice Bryan Sykes do not mention the Commonwealth, yet him have a document say Independence Act of Jamaica will clearly express where the Commonwealth is. So when this guy talk about the Caribbean is a creation of these people, just created a few years ago. This is why you just get a CARICOM passport, because them a carry away. This is your exodus away from the Most High's earth, the Most High's creation, the Most High's land. This is why I say it's hypocrisy. How can you, Chief Justice Bryan Sykes, sit there and make a statement like this when you have an inferior court where practice human, you just said trafficking, because that's what traffic means. The traffic court is human trafficking because it's outside a constitutional, secure and guaranteed laws. Outside of those contracts. When you carry in these commercial venues, this is when una try initiate some kind of contract, would I say undisclosed to the ones then. That's what it is. This is why I'm say you're an hypocrite, Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. You are one of those folks where I say we descend from Africa, and that is fallacious. I'm not saying you say it right here in this statement, but just how you word the statement, you make that presumption. Again, Sykes question why a nation that has produced such strong figures of resistance. I and I resist on play fair, because we're going on a court and on can't convict we of any crime, and opposed to doing the right thing, on choose to destroy our property. Because on say on our government. I may have this thing out here in a YouTube world where you, Chief Justice Bryan Sykes, can have access, and you have heard, because all I want to hear me and listen to this platform, but I not care. This is why I say I commit treason when I move against the constitutional law that is in place, which is the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom. And when I move against the people, we're going to take an allegiance to secure and take care of, then it's called treason, and all honor should be put to death. No excuse. It's treason. All honor should be put to death. So I'm going to say it's hypocrisy. Yeah, man. When I talk this way. What is the Caribbean? What is that? Where is the West Indies? I don't remember writing a letter and putting Caribbean as the location. You know what I mean? We always say West Indies because that's the Commonwealth. And then we put WI representing them federal, you know what I mean? Jargons. Because them legalese is separate and distinct. Anyway, We said the British colonial deception, the manipulation of words and languages. The manipulation of words and languages. We said language can be divided into 4 different types: informative, expressive, directive, and performative. Informative language are language that communicate information through statements that can be true or false. Expressive languages are languages that express feelings or that attempts to bring about a feeling or emotion in the listener. Expressive languages is not meant to be taken literally, nor is it meant to convey information, although it sometimes does. Directive languages, languages that gives command or that requires a particular action be performed. Directive language attempts to motivate some sort of action, either positive or negative. Usually, directives consist of command or request for actions. Performative languages are languages whose utterances constitute the act itself. Performative use of languages are those use in which the saying constitutes the action. Again, performative use of languages are those uses in which the saying constitutes the action. A judge who says, "I hereby sentence you to prison for a term of no less than 20 years and no more than the end of your natural life," has, in uttering the sentence, actually performed the action. Similarly, the sentence, "I apologize for my behavior," actually constitutes the apology. Now, we say words have 2 different kinds of meaning. You have what is known as cognitive meaning or literal meaning, which are the literal dictionary definition of a word. So when we say cognitive, it means literal. You know what I mean? Well, in this context. And we have emotive meaning. Emotive meaning are the emotions or feelings that a word inspires. Emotive meanings can be used for good or ill. Can artists, for example, may use the emotive side of language, to mask cognitive meaning by whipping up emotion so that reason is overlooked, and B, to dull the force of language so as to make acceptable what otherwise may not be. The latter task is often accomplished by means of euphemism, which are less offensive or duller expression used in place of more offensive or emotively charged loquation. Now we go down for euphemism are words used to hide the emotive impact of a particular word or phrase. Now we say the corporate court language, legalese or legal jargon. Now we say legalese. I might say a pejorative term referring to overlay, stiff and complicated legal English, as it is known, or a technical language, or the very same legalese. So legal English as its own separate language. Again, let me read it again. Legalese, this are the language what I'm using inside of the court. This are the language what the corporation use. This are the language when it's a letter come to you, it's actually in legalese, even though it look ordinary, but it have legal definitions. So it's a legalese, a pejorative term referring to overly stiff and complicated legal English as its own separate language. It is not restricted to any specific field within law, but rather make fun of certain aspects common in legal texts. A word or phrase that has negative connotation or that is intended to disparage or belittle. So you see when them I use legalese because we don't know what it is and what go on. This is where the definition where we would have, prescribed to this term legalese. Now we say pejorative. Pejorative is a word expressing contempt or disapproval. So because we are ordinary people and carry in them corporate courts, where them I use legalese. So we find that, we disapprove of it because we don't comprehend what it is. But like when we apply ourselves and know exactly what go on, it's a whole different show. We shut down them garbage. We remove all of them deception with truth. This is why the Jamaica court have issue with a man like me and chose to maliciously, intentionally destroy Iman Probox non-commercial automobile, my diplomatic wagon. Them intentionally do that. Yeah, man. So that's why we apply ourselves and I try to bring our people up by sharing information where them not for going in a school forget it. All them have to do is just, spend some time and pay some attention. So when whatever them must spend is just a little time in my platform, in my community. Anything where them appear is just to pay attention to how we are use our words impeccably. And would like to deal with specificity, not necessarily generality. Yeah, man. So again, pejorative is a word expressing contempt or disapproval. My people don't like new words, Them say, boy, when I unite with you in a sovereign man, you come and talk to me and when you know, listen, we have to grow, we have to develop, and a step by step. Now, examples of legalese. In witness whereof the parties hereunto have set their hands to these presents as a deed on the day, month, and year herein before mentioned. While this sentence seems very complex and significant, its equivalence in plain English is simply the word date under a signature line in a contract. That's it. But when you deal with legalese, you have all this kind of, gobbledygook. And this is how them deceive our people. Word wizardry, the manipulation of words, languages. Here is another example. Is contained in subpoenas in the US legal system. So them say this is an example that is contained in the US legal system. Now it's a herein fail not at your peril. Again, herein fail not at your peril. This simply means that the subpoenaed person is required to follow the instruction of the documents. That's it. Many specific legal terms are derived from Latin or French, which further complicates understanding for the layman. Now again, this is why we say when we're going to them corporate courts, Saying like all the traffic court area, all of them are corporate courts. Even downtown, Supreme Court a corporate court. Business them are deal with. You understand? And Chief Justice Bryan Sykes can't tell me say him now the business. We can present the court information from the Duns, you know, say, business area. Because you can find them on Duns and Broad Street at the business. So this is why we say it's human trafficking. And this are for the people where is cognizant. This is not for the people where, you know, still I try figure it out. If you still a try figure it out in your colonized state, you have to consider human trafficking where Babylon I tell you it is. Where them I tell you say some guys I carry some Venezuelan or I carry some Spanish people cross the border in Mexico or some foreign Caucasian type, Nordic type people go to Haiti and take with some American Indian children looking like Negro children. These are them say that are human trafficking, but on a much higher level. That human trafficking, I would say it's on the micro level, the smaller level. On the major level, the macro level, the human trafficking is when the colonial crown, the colonial invading crown, institute its legal standard upon us as a people, alternatively used as rules and regulation guides as law. This is where them use their own technical language known as legalese, or look like English, but them call it legal English. Them thing here break down clarity for my people, you know. Grassroots. Now get it out there. Yes, alone you find it. And this is how them you know, it has to deceive us. First, them have them policy enforcers, these commercial vendors, disguise themselves as lawful police officers. And when these guys go on the street side, them stop you and first initiate a conflict, because them are going to stop you unlawfully. And when them stop you unlawfully, them are going to carry you within their, them are going to capture you, because them are force of arms. And them are going to carry you within their political jurisdiction, lock you up, imprison you. And then in order to gain access to the birth certificate, beneficiary trust that most people is unaware of, they'll issue your own notice of recognizance bond with money attached to it, value, dollar value attached to it. For me, my first knowledge, they issue me a notice of recognizance bond for $100,000 each. $100,000 for me and $100,000 for my surety. So that's $200,000 on that one document. And that 200,000 manifests are derived from thin air because I didn't put it up. So I am totally cognizant. Well, from my due diligent research, it expressed to me that the beneficiary trust account is where issue that $100,000. But my signature would get the endorsement required for these foreign agents to gain access to the beneficiary trust. So that is really the fraud that is going on. That is really the misrepresentation and deception that is easily expressed and proven. Their first knowledge. I'm going to present it out there. This is why I'm shut down them court. This is why when I go to court and them not see me, them just say, bomb scare when them see me I come. Yeah, because them know when I jump off of the taxi and I walk, I come from down at the bus park to Spanish Town Court. They know. So them just call bomb scare and run everybody out the court. By the time I get that, the security guard, I make me know, say, yeah, you know, if I come back again some other day and them not provide no kind of means for me to move here or there, because the sodomite them take my vehicle, my good, proper running vehicle, and them destroy it. And I'm not supposed to be upset because I'm a slave. I'm not supposed to get mad because I'm a slave. And I'm not supposed to retaliate because I'm a slave. And I'm here to say, hey, I am nobody's slave. I am upset because I have that right. I am mad because I have that right. And I shall retaliate because I have that right. What the mess you people think you is? Judge Sykes, let me express this to you. You're no different from I as man, period, Judge Sykes. You urinate and defecate just as I. So you see when you have an oath and go outside of that oath, you're criminal in your conduct, irrespective of whatever title them are give. And it go all the way to the Governor General here. Which one of you people is above the law? None, not even I. But because of deceptive word use and manipulative language, then you have the people in a derision. So when all a man like me say, yo, you guys wrong, the populace are gonna say, no, sovereign man. Remember, are them are the state, are them a government, are them a authority, so them always right. And then we will ask this question. So why you not accuse Andrew of alleged theft if the government always right? Why are this? Why we find this society, this one, down on this island, in the state of condition it is in, if the authority is always right? They are all criminals. Once them go outside of the oath and allegiance, what them subscribe to, they are criminal. And all of them are try, benefit at the people's expense. Chief Justice Sykes now expressed to you people that the Commonwealth area is where you find your freedom. These guys are hypocrites. And him know me I talk the truth because him can't rebut it. His office can't rebut it. And this is the top man. And me I tell you, say, as dunce as I am, me say them man are duncer than me. That me can say with absolute confidence, because this man can never gain no kind of authority over me in no way, shape, or authority. I'm going to say that confidently. There is no arrogance here. I correct knowledge to that. Can this man express to me what is law? If he not listen to me and express what it is, these people don't know it. Because them not get it in a them Norman Manley Law School. Far removed from law. Far removed from truth. Word wizardry. This is what me I said. Them use euphemism for, elicit your emotions and have you thinking, say, yeah, that mean you any good. You are some hypocrite. If you were not, the traffic court, which is unconstitutional, would not be in existence. That's where the human trafficking is, and all of y'all profit from it. All of these people profit from it. Here we must say Jamaica has been part of the CCJ. I would assume it's called Caribbean Court of Justice. Original jurisdiction since 2005. So what was happening before 2005? Yet has not extended that relationship to its appellate jurisdiction in civil and criminal matters, unlike other Caribbean nations such as Barbados and Guyana. Those two countries can be no example because them sell out. Guyana is governed by the East Indian from Asia, and Barbados is governed no different from all others, the United Nations. No have nothing to do with British. British Anglo make sure so the laws what UNO put out there is correct. That's why they want to remove themselves from Britain. They want to be like how you say the United States is, where them say, hey, we are independent from Great Britain, and then now them have them organized enslavement. We not accept it because we're in the Commonwealth. We are free people here. Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. Bryan, Bryan Sykes, Sykes. Brethren, on are some hypocrite because me experience the injustice that is here. This is why I said this place like a lit. Enough of not gonna get it. On a hypocrite, far removed from law in our corporate capacity. Corporate meaning artificial, meaning de facto, meaning non de jure. I wanna make a dance like me, I bring it this way. And you can't even open your mouth to speak. Because you know a truth. You people are hypocrites. Because you have a bunch of colonized people who want to speak to. And this one uncolonized man will exist in the Commonwealth area, free and independent Jamaica. A burn on to the core with truth. Yeah, man, with truth, fire burn. It's just up to the people to choose to apply themselves. You understand? And this are the necessity of platforms such as this, where bring the information from a point of view where we call grassroots. You understand? And then you can take this information and carry it down to university and match it up and say, yeah, we're accurate. The British colonial deception can only occur by the deceptive word use and manipulative expression of languages. Put it that way. This is why I say them come with Latin, where I come out of the debase room, and them give the dog Latin, the base Latin, and from the debase Latin, them create the legalese and the admixture to the English language. That's what they do. So this is why when you deal with anything corporate, always use legal lexions so you can ascertain the true definition of words being used. This is why we tell people from the get-go, say you have to first familiarize yourself with the etymological definition of the words, the legal definition of the words, and the ordinary definition of the words. So we have to apply ourselves so we can function on these levels. When a guy like Chief Justice Bryan Sykes jump out and talk about the Caribbean sovereignty, that's bullshit. How? Which document tell us that the Caribbean sovereign? When it tell us that Jamaica itself is the Commonwealth and is such sovereign republic. Naturally. How you know that? Because Jamaica is a member of the Organization of American States. You understand? So when them give you presumed independence, you have to take it. Because them say, here is the independence, but watch out. All our own were born in Jamaica are citizens. And I rebut that. Only true me know about the citizenship is a contractual arrangement where they must say you pledge allegiance to the political body politic, the political entity, the political construct, which is colonial in its nature, oppressive in its behavior. Yeah, man. Despotic, arbitrary. So I don't know what this chief judge talk about resistance. I'm on there as such. And this is the true resistance when me tell us that me have freedom of movement and a right to travel within the Commonwealth free and unencumbered. And you sodomites violate me in every which way. This is why I say it's treason and it requires death, nothing else. A death sentence and a lawsuit. And you, Chief Justice, know this is the truth. But all I want to sell out, I want to come with fallacious language, fallacious narrative kind of things about, we not got to apply ourselves. If we can put in our place. You people are hypocrites in every sense of the word. Hypocrites. But yeah, sometimes it take a man such as I, you know what I mean? Yeah, the unassuming. The one them where now drive the $500 million cars. You understand? Yeah, sometimes are the simple ones it for the base. You cockatoo hypocrites. Yeah man. All I know is a part of that bourgeois elite wanna try to become, wanna imitate the colonizing masters out there. But on a dance like right back, on a colonize, on a condition. So when I speak from an artificial perspective, from a corporate perspective, from a de facto perspective. That's the only way. Yeah, and for speech, we call it legalese, just like on the right. So, pretend that's it is ordinary, but a man like me, a fireball, yeah, man. When you talk about round here, so you feel say West Indian, my lord. A simple thing. You talk about Caribbean. Who you carry beyond? You understand? When you come see it. Yeah, man, a big black bald man like you think you're African. Lift and go back to Africa. Chief Justice Bryan Sykes, go back to Africa. That's where you're descended from. You people are the Maroons, the Moors, the CIA agents, like that FBA sodomite gay group, a bunch of gay guys, trick a lot of people working for the very same LBG fraction of the UN, that demonic side, because everything have good and bad. So the UN might have 3 people or 3 little area were good and the other 97 bad out there. But good is there because the foundation of everything has to be good. It have to start good and then Babylonian people will spoil it. So again, I just each one teach one, and we're not there for the likes, we're not there for the popularity, we're not there, hey, one should be terrified of me, one should be afraid. You know, say, when I have a problem, I push out an invite thing out there for say, pass through. Whoever feel like them can rebut the information when I bring. Pass through. I make we do it respectfully or however. Pass through. Or stand down and stay silent. Because this advocacy is for freedom. Free dominion. Free domain. Non-political. And we're uncolonized. This is why we, present ourselves this way and express ourselves this way. Because we have some freedom and we're free. Get your facts in order. Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. Yeah, man. On a hypocrite. And that go for each and every one of them. Every single one of them. And you are the big man. So me I tear you down. Me I shoot at you direct. Big man. Chief Justice. Because me a chief counsel around here. So it's chief the chief. And make we do battle. Yeah, man. Make me just punch out you. Quick and fast. With words. With truth. Chief Justice. I am Superior Court Justice. You have to know that. People, We don't have a problem I share with information, our style, our way. Everybody have a platform. You understand? And I encourage the ones that turn on your platform, whether you have one subscriber or zero, and express yourself that way. Express yourself. Let the world know that you're free. Let the world know who your allegiance is or where your allegiance is. For me, I walk in their nation, that specific society, only because I'm West Indian, non-African. Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. You people are hypocrite. Yeah, man. And you still a conduct illegal, unlawful activity, having traffic police out there interfere with people liberty. This is why I say, we can't be bad people. Because bad people are fool out there. That's why we say righteousness. Yeah, man, because we can't retaliate righteously. Yeah, man. And when we see some of the bad people, them start drive by some of unlawful, that's a commercial vendor, policy enforcers, and give it to on the road. That's when we ever say, okay, there is natural justice. You're a hypocrite, Chief Justice Sykes. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, man. And you're a conspirator and a participant in human trafficking. Because you're a prophet from the degradation of our society. You profit from all of the unlawful conduct on the police officers who want to put out there as policy enforcers. You're profiting from all that. Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. We're not hypocrite. So we don't want to hear from you. We don't have no credibility, and we're not going to believe you. Anyway, people, information share as usual. Yeah, man. I don't know what kind of holiday them I say, because I'm burn the whole of them Colonial bull. I'm not plug into it, so people have to tell me what I want. I burn all like people, naturally. But not truth, not dead. The moment you're in a corporate capacity, just know it's a fictional or artificial capacity. It's not de jure, it's not lawful. The legal capacity is the artificial capacity. It's separate and distinct from the lawful capacity, where I deal with the reality of things, for lack of a better word. The legal, I deal with the birth certificate entity, that fiction, so that the Luciferian area. And that's how the devil dance and party. In the corporate area, that's why all of them are criminal. Yeah, man. The good people who operate there are being oppressed, period. The good people will function in the corporate world only because them don't know what contract is, what constitute contract. Them think them know, but them probably have to get an attorney for, validate or verify whatever contract them are get involved in. And this is where the issue is. Because the attorney can never be a friend, period. So if we now apply ourselves to attain certain kind of specific information for guide with so we can navigate correctly, then this is where we are going to have. We have a society where lawless, where criminal are the boss. You understand? And the good people then get ostracized, get persecuted, always being brought into some foreign inquisition. These are the good people. When the bad people them do bad, them have immunity. If them do go into the courts, them do get immunity. Ask L.A. Lewis. Ask any one of those political entities out there. It's only the common entertainer might get beat up, put it that way. But the gay entertainer is protected. I think the gay people are now becoming a protected species according to the legal society. Guys, there's no law there, so we don't call it lawful or law society. There's no such thing as a law society, but there is a legal society. This is why we tell us that we don't want them just tell we not now, we accept it. Because if you cannot constitute or express what law is, or you're going to have a law society. You know what I mean? When you're in a legal capacity. The law society, that which part the Constitution maintain common law, and that deal with contract. So you have to know what constitutes a contract, what elements that make up a contract. Now get it overnight, but you have to apply yourself. And that's why a man such as Isaiah, for they have to keep on and bring this kind of information and staying consistent when we are trying our advocacy is freedom, free dominion, free domain. We remain consistent. Salute, push a eye, salute, my king. Yeah, man, we remain consistent, man. We not deviate from being free. But Babylon, 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 I always choose to oppress me. Anyway, the brave may fall but never yield, and we set bold and brave, firm and strong. Give thanks out there. Free people. Like bond them with some tune, but now I'm at them stop. Absolutely. Long time and I beat a law boss. But them love talk about them legal. I forgot another YouTube again. There we go. Yeah. I wrap it up, people. Salute out there. Legal. You're jumped up. I'm in legal. Real bad. Two clip anyway you see God. Clap it for anything I seems up. Anyway we catch a fire screen brass. I'm in legal. Real bad. We now report to nothing when we squeeze up. Lights and dark. I'm a listen fried cheese dog. The 9 ball. Them a fly from a field dog. Hear me now. FLA. We good when nobody want nothing. Me tell you so. One dog and three something long clip and slide out. You push up a button. Use knuckle pump rifle. And no bird on this got up the dog with the matic close like my first cousin. And if me see a plane, no man can't tell me nothing. I feel coming like a mega vibe. Fully dark, no fear the media line. The clip what you want people that look on me, but the kid no mind. Who the fuck I tell me about it lies, but that's still alright. Tell the pussy not get right, come on with him your light. Yeah, the dog them around me, but me still have mine. Post gun serial down in a sight. One catch me red and hit them still a try. But anyway, you see the boy something legal. Real bad. Two clip anyway you see God. Clap it for anything we seems up. Anyway we catch a fire screen brass and it's illegal. Real bad we not report to nothing when we squeeze up. Lights and dark, them a listen for G dog. The 9 ball, them a fly from a field dog.
We have the chip fee install and uninstall when we're ready. We have the +4, click them at the tallest of belly. Custom shotgun, bash.
You now conform to what them want.
When you pass me already. Paranoid, we tell the dog, no,
Never.
my bike pull up on me. Fast car, we ain't anything, we light him up and drift. Remember, I want to strap up everybody. Some don't know, some can't lie, some illegal. Real bad.
Oh, that's way people. Salute.
Drop it by anything we seems